I'm going to talk to you a little bit about melody now. Melody is really important when you're composing. It's the tune. The words are usually set to a melody. It comes usually on top of the chords that are happening underneath, and the notes you choose are really important. I just want to recap to check your knowledge of the chords and the notes that are within the chords. So if you look at the keyboard on the screen, I'm going to play you a very straightforward chord. And I'm going to start down here using C, it's C2. Okay, so that is C major chord. C, skip one note, play the E, skip one note, and play the G. So you have C chord. And I hope your sound isn't distorting like mine is in here. We have this next one here. This is a D chord. D, skip one, F, skip one, A. That's a D minor chord. We carry on. Here's an E. So again, we skip, skip, and end up with an E minor chord. E, G, B, F, A, C. Always the same pattern there, skipping over those notes. G, B, D, A, C, E. We do have a B, D, F chord. That's a half diminished chord. We won't use that very often at all. And of course we're back up to the C chord again. So it repeats through the whole octave. Now, the interesting thing is, if you're going to write a melody, you really need to be careful what chord is underneath your melody. So, if I have a C chord, it would be sensible for the melody to be using notes within the C chord. Let's just practice using the first two notes of the chord as the melody. Now I've recorded already a chord sequence on the screen here. It goes from C to A minor to F major to G, back to C, F, G, ending on C. So I'm going to record using the saxophone as the voice, and I'm going to be using the first two notes of every chord. So with the first chord, the C and the E. The second chord, if you remember, I said was an A chord, which is A, C, and E, and I'll just be using the A and the C for the melody. So let's have a listen to how this might sound. We can see I've just used two notes for each chord. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That one there, I started a little bit early. I wasn't quite in time on there, but I could adjust that later. There's my 2 for the next one, and the final note there. So have a little listen to this melody. And I really don't like what I've done there, so I'm going to go back a little bit. I, for some reason, ended up playing a bit of a 3/4 bar in bar 5, no, bar 6 it was here, Along a little bit, extend that that A. You can see it tells me in that little box there. 5. We'll move that a little bit as well. Hopefully that's made the second half a little bit better. See the way I'm doing this now, making sure that those notes don't overlay each other. Now, if we notice there's a little bit just in bar 5, we could do with extending that second note. So it's very sensitive. There we go. Lovely. So we've got that melody in there. So I've outlined that melody there using 2 notes from each chord. Just to recap, in case I've lost you anywhere, we had the C chord, which was C. Let me just flick back to piano here for you. C, E and G. And the melody over the top, I was using the notes just C and E. Then as it changed chord to the A chord, I moved my note down a little bit. Down to my A there. Okay, now 2 notes in a melody, you can probably agree it sounds quite relaxing. It's not very exciting. If I wanted to make the melody a little bit more interesting, what I could do is I could add some more notes. Now I'm just looping the sequence now, so we're going to repeat that chord sequence again. But this time, I'm not going to just use the first 2 notes of each chord. I'm going to use the 5th, so all of the notes of the triad, and every now and again, I'm going to use these 2 passing notes. They're called passing notes because to get from the C to the E, we can use it as a stepping stone. Just like that. Stepping between those notes. So let's give this a go. The melody now will start to grow and feel a little bit more interesting. I started recording over the top of my chord sequence, didn't I? Let me undo that recording. And I'd forgotten, and this is something for us all to remember all the time, to switch back to my saxophone sound. Okay, you can see how easy that was to do, that easy to make a mistake, especially as I wasn't looking in the direction of the screen for a while. And it was also really easy to solve the problem just by using our edit undo feature. Okay, so let's have this again, and it's in 4/4. Okay, so this melody, it looks very different in terms of the actual picture of it as well. This one, we can see the skips in it. This one, when we look at it, the notes are much, much closer together. Let's have a quick listen. Very different melody. but still using a very simple set of notes. Okay, what I suggest you do is explore the use of a chord in one layer, one instrument set, and then try out some different melodies on top. What would be really helpful for you is if you had a piece of paper to write down your chord names so that you weren't having to remember the chords. You might even write out which notes you're going to choose to use on top of the melody. We've been working in C, but don't forget there are lots of other keys to explore. Okay, have some fun.